Welcome to your ultimate explainer on concrete preparation. If you spent any time at all on a construction site, you've probably heard a foreman say it. A successful pour is absolutely won or lost before that concrete truck even backs into the driveway. So, consider this explainer your official Genesis International College roadmap for mastering Topic 1 of your CPCCCO2013 coursework. If you're a student with us, you are in the exact right place to build a literally rock-solid foundation for your construction career. Let's get into it. I really love this quote straight from page 14 of your learner guide, mostly because it hits the nail right on the head. The successful pouring of any concrete structure begins with solid preparation. Whether we're talking about a tiny residential pathway or a massive curb on a civil site, before you even think about picking up a shovel, your mental preparation has got to be locked in. You really have to know the job inside and out. Here's our agenda for today. We're going to flow through your morning exactly as it should happen on site. We'll hit 1. The blueprint for success. 2. Code, safety, and quality. 3. Equipping for the job. 4. Managing site hazards. 5. Material prep and staging. And finally, 6. Ready for formwork. Starting right at the top with Section 1, the blueprint for success. Understand the job before you break ground. Now, it's actually kind of funny how logical these steps are, yet how often people just completely skip them. It's a simple 4-step mental checklist to make sure you know exactly what the final product should look like. Step 1. You talk to your leading hand or supervisor. Just confirm the order of tasks. Step 2. Look at the job plans for your dimensions and finishes. Step 3. Check those workplace procedures. And Step 4. Review your task dependencies. Basically, figure out exactly what needs to happen first so you aren't just standing around waiting on a stalled site. Moving right along to Section 2, Code, Safety, and Quality, the rules that keep the site running and everyone alive. Okay, so you've always got to be asking yourself, how does my work affect the world around me? It's a big question. Practically, that might mean setting up barricades for pedestrians to manage public safety or sticking to a strict traffic management plan. It also means environmental compliance, like making sure toxic concrete washout never, ever hits the local stormwater drains. And of course, you absolutely must follow Australian standards, like AS 3600, which dictates the specific structural engineering rules for the concrete itself. Section 3, Equipping for the job, grabbing the right gear from the shed. All right, a crucial distinction to make here is understanding the difference between tools and equipment. Tools are your smaller, handheld items used manually for that detailed finishing work. Think trowels, hammers, things like that. Equipment, on the flip side, refers to your larger, heavy-duty, powered machinery. This is the stuff you need for serious prep and placement, like a portable mixer or a heavy vibrating plate compactor. The thing to remember is that your gear needs will completely shift as the job evolves. During the prep phase, you're grabbing a tape measure and the portable mixer. But when it's actually time to place the concrete, you're going to need wheelbarrows to move the mix, shovels and rakes to spread it, and a vibrator to pack it down and get rid of any trapped air. And finally, for cleanup, that trusty water hose is your best friend for both curing the concrete and washing up. You have to plan this out, know exactly what items to pull from the truck for each specific phase so you aren't scrambling halfway through a pour. But hold on a second. Before we drag all that shiny new gear out onto the dirt, you've got to stop, take a good look around your environment, and ask yourself, what invisible dangers are hiding out there right now? Which brings us to Section 4, Managing Site Hazards, Identifying Risks and Locking Down the Area. I cannot stress this enough. Never, ever underestimate wet concrete. It's not just incredibly heavy, it's a serious chemical hazard. We're talking highly corrosive with a very high pH level. If you skip wearing your alkali-resistant gloves, your safety glasses, or long sleeves, you are literally asking for severe chemical burns. And hey, if it does splash on your skin, wash it off immediately with clean water. Do not wait for it to start burning. This is exactly why your workplace health and safety plan is your absolute shield on the job. We just covered chemical hazard controls, but you also need to manage manual handling. Always use team lifts and bend those knees for heavy bags of cement. Then there are puncture hazards. You must follow strict denailing procedures when stripping formwork timber. Throw on some hearing and eye protection to control noise and dust from compactors. And please drop those barricades to keep the public completely clear of the truck's drop zone. Actually, pro tip, just never stand directly under a truck chute. Okay, Section 5, Material Prep and Staging. Organization is the secret to a smooth pour. Look, you never want to leave your steel reinforcement or timber form boards just sitting directly on the wet dirt. Soil moisture is a killer. It'll cause your timber to warp and your steel to rust before you even get a chance to use them. So what do? Always use timber blocks, which we call dunnage, to elevate everything safely off the ground. Setting up your staging area correctly is honestly the secret to a stress-free day. First, find a flat, dry area as close to the pour site as you possibly can. Once your materials are popped up on that dunnage, arrange them in the exact chronological order you'll need them. And, this is huge, keep all your walkways totally clear. Trust me, the absolute last thing you want is a worker tripping over a stray form board while pushing a wheelbarrow full of heavy, wet concrete. It is a total nightmare. And now, Section 6. Ready for formwork. Final checks before building the mold. Because you put the effort in today to actually review the blueprints, check the local safety codes, grab the correct tools, and stage your materials securely off the dirt, your substrate, that underlying earth or base layer, is flawlessly prepped. You've essentially eliminated all those wild variables that usually cause a pour to go sideways. So, I'm going to leave you with one final, absolutely critical question as we wrap up this explainer on Topic 1. Have you laid a strong enough mental foundation today to confidently step out onto that site, move right into Topic 2, and actually start building your formwork? Take a minute to think about everything we've covered today. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next explainer.